Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today we show the gameplay by Alexandre and Kamran, and this beautiful game complete in just 17 moves. And let's see how the game play. The game starts with the pawn to e4, c5, knight to c3, knight to f6. Then the white here can just push the pawn forward and attack the knight, and this will give the black busy to keep moving the knight, and this position will just give white a better position. So e5 was played to attack the knight, and now the black just moved the knight back to original position, and in this move the black has just lost one tempo in this opening. So the white just continue to develop knight to f3 to keep on the development, and this blue path indicate the critical path for the knight to continue to play and attack the black. So the white is on the road to play in the game, and now the white is better. Then knight c6 was played, and here the white just play d4, trying to gain control of the center and keep on the pressure. And here the black just capture, and this is the first 5 move, and the white is slightly better in the position. Then the white just capture the center pawn, knight takes d4, and now you have a very strong knight in the center of the board. And in the actual game, the black just capture the pawn at e5. So after capture, the white continue to develop the bishop to f4 and keep on attack the knight, and here you have a long diagonal attack the position of c7, where you can just move the knight to d5 and goes to c7 and check the king and win the rook. So after this move, d6 was played, and this pawn is to prevent the diagonal attack of the bishop to the c7 position. Another suggestion that you can play is to move the knight to g6 and attack the bishop, and if the bishop goes to g3, then you can just simply move a6 to prevent the knight from keep on the attack. And if you move the knight to d5, and at this position you can just go for a check, and here this queen check will just attack the knight, and this force the knight back to c3. So therefore after this check, if you don't move the knight to c3, the queen will just capture the knight, and if you just block with the knight, then the white will just lose the one tempo of moving the knight to d5, and this will give black the slightly better. So back to this position, after bishop f4, d6 was played, trying to attack the knight, and here the white continued to play bishop to b5 and continue to check the king, and at this attack the white has a strong competition for the loss of the pawn. And here after this move, the knight just moved to d7, and here the queen continued to play e2, and the white trying to threaten to win with bishop takes the pawn, as this pawn cannot capture, is being pinned by the queen. So after this move, e5 was played, trying to attack both of the pieces and trying to block with the bishop, and this will be a fork. Another suggestion at this move you can play is to play a6. This might be work better, trying to attack the bishop, and if your bishop move back to a4, then now you can just move e6, and later you can just move the bishop up or the knight up and go for a short castle. Another suggestion, let's say if you play h6, then this white will be clearly winning because the white can just go for a castling and keep on the attack, or the white can just capture the pawn. And let's say if you make another wrong move such as h5, then the knight can just go to h5, and this knight will try to go to c7, attack the king and win the rook. So if you make the h4, then the knight will go to c7, and if you don't capture with the queen, the king is being trapped. So this forces the white to capture with the queen, and after bishop capture, it will be clearly winning for the white. So back to this position. In the actual game, e5 was played, and after this, the knight moved to f5, and the pawn still cannot capture the bishop. After this move, f6 was played, and now the queen goes to c4. And this is also a very nice idea from the white. And after the queen goes to c4, the white is clearly winning in this game. And if you capture the bishop, this with bishop, then the white can just continue to play a very long castle, and this rook is controlled and attack the pawn, and now you can bring another rook to attack the king, and you're going to be winning in the game. And here, if you just move something like a6 to attack the bishop, then the rook can go to from h to e1 to check the king. And after this check, the only best way to defend with the queen. And if you defend with the bishop, then the knight will just capture and check the king and control one of the square. And the bishop is being pinned, you can't move. So if you move the king to f8, then you have a queen to f7 checkmate. So that's the reason why the queen goes to c4 to have a very nice checkmate at this position. And back to this position, if you move the knight to block instead, then you just have a knight to capture the d6 pawn, and it will be a very checkmate for the king. So back to this position, if you move something like h6, then the rook will just continue to attack rook h to e1. And if you block with the bishop, then the knight will just capture again, and after king goes to f8, then you have a queen to f7 checkmate. So this queen idea is to come to c4 and checkmate at the f7 protected by the knight. So therefore, this pawn cannot be captured as it will be a poison pawn. And in this position, the white is clearly winning in this position. And the game continues with the queen to a5. And after this move, the white can just straight away play a long castling and will be winning. However, in the game, the white just play a b4 to attack the queen. Then the black also attack the queen with the d5. And here, the knight continue to capture the pawn. And after this, the bishop just capture the pawn at b4 and check the king. So after this, the knight just capture, and the pawn just capture the pawn. The pawn just capture the bishop. And after this move, now the white just go for a long castling, a 15 move, and here the white is threatening to mate and win the game with queen e6, and it will be a winning. So after this move, knight h6 was played, and after this move, here this is a 15 move. Now the white is winning and mate in 3. I give a couple of seconds to figure out how the white continue to play and mate in 3. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer, and for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the moves. And in the actual game, after this move, Queen E6 was played, and you can see that nothing can block the check, and the only way is to move the king. And in the actual game, the black moved king to d8, and after this move, the white capture the knight with the rook, and at this 17th move, the black resign the game. And if you want to continue the game, such as bishop capture it, then you'll be captured by the bishop and be captured by the queen, and you'll be checkmate in just 18 move. So basically, after this long castling, the queen goes to e6. There's nothing much the black can do to save the game. And if you continue to check, if you move the king to f8, then the queen will just go to e8 and check the king. Then it will mate at the queen capture g7. For example, queen check, the king have to go to g8, then you have a queen takes g7, and it will be a checkmate as well. So basically, the idea in this game will be a very strong attack with the rook, or also with attack with the rook open up. And this is one of the very nice idea from the white to play. And with this, thank you.